This question states, the rapid spread of a new infectious disease across countries and continents is referred to as, so we're looking at infectious diseases across countries and continents. And when we look at our choices, you might notice that they all have the ending demic. Now the demic part, demic, is referring to a disease that is happening amongst a group of people. Disease amongst a group of people, people group. And now we have to identify which group relates to across countries and continents, because some of these terms are referring to a smaller or specific population. So let's take a look. So when we see epidemic here, an epidemic is referring to an outbreak of a disease within a specific population. So maybe we're noticing, in this city, in this region, we're seeing a lot of cases of pneumonia right now. And so that would be an epidemic because it's controlled to one specific area, but it still is an outbreak of disease. And the question here is asking about across countries and continents, not inside a specific region. So we could eliminate option A. Let's move on to option B. This states endemic. And the endemic is discussing an outbreak of a disease that's chronically seen in one specific area. So for example, in certain parts of Africa, we might chronically see that there's always high outbreak cases of malaria, and that would be considered an endemic because it's local to this group, and it's something that unfortunately we see over a long period of time, constantly in this one community, this one specific area. So this is different than the question here that's talking about across countries and continents. So we could eliminate that. Now C says pandemic. And pan is a specific term on a word, which is referring to everywhere. It's not just limited to one spot. It's all over, everything, which seems consistent with countries and continents. You might have heard this term very often used in 2020 during the global pandemic of COVID-19. So this is looking like our correct choice, pandemic. Let's take a look at option D just to be sure. Hyperdemic is actually not a real recognized term. It was just added as an extra choice so they could find one extra word that has demic in it. So we can eliminate option D as well. And that shows that we will go with our choice of option C, pandemic, meaning an infectious disease across countries and continents.